and she's got the legs grapevine. Now when she does this, she flattens them out and applies the strangle, and there we have it. It's interesting, lapel strangles were the favorite of the man who invented judo, Jigoro Kano, and he designed the judo uniform, and now, you know, all kinds of uniforms of the variations, Brazilian jiu-jitsu and karate and all kinds of stuff, aikido. This is the uniform that was developed in, I think, 1907, and he did it with lapels, big lapels in mind, and for gripping, for throwing, and also for lapel strangles. So, you know, what we're going to do now is some lapel strangles, some cross strangle action. This gi was designed just to do these strangles, so it's like a perfect thing to have. So it's a great tool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work from the bottom, and we're going to work on what's called a cross strangle, Juji Jime. Juji means to cross. I'm crossing my arms. Okay. Jime means to constrict. And as we were talking about before earlier, we're not pushing away. We're pulling him in and sucking him into us. Okay. And it's a very powerful strangle in that sense. And against the strangle, it's against the carotid arteries here. So we're going to work on one. Juji Jime is like this, but you have basically 3 different ways to manipulate your hands. Okay, and it's your choice. Some strangles will work better for a particular grip than others. You'll find this as you get better at this stuff. This is the gyaku, or reverse direction. My hands, palms to me. Okay, nami is normal, where your palms are away from you, kind of a normal grip like this, palm down. And kata is half and half, okay? So, gyaku, reverse, nami, and kata, okay? You know, you'll learn those names eventually, but the thing to remember is Juji Jime, cross strangle. My arms are crossed and I'm strangling them, constricting them. Juji Jime means to constrict, okay, squeeze together. And you'll see that's what we do with the arteries. And I'm fighting him, and body position is fundamental here. If I just lay on my back and try this, I'm not going to do it very well. I have to be on my flanks and my hips. So in this particular case, what I want to do is be on my left hip primarily, because I want to be coming over here. So here I am. My left hand, I'm going to be grabbing his lapel like it's a rope. This is a good part of the thing, the gi that I'm going to use as an anchor. Okay, so I hold here, slide this through, and I like to do palm up. Some people may do palm down. I like to do palm up because the blade of the hand is going right against the carotid immediately. So here I am like this and controlling. Now this is a pretty good control position if I'm fighting in guard. Even that, my arms are bent. Okay, I'm not extending my arms. And here I am like this. So you can see my thumb is directly under his ear. And I got a good grip inside the gi, okay? Now, see this position here? My elbow will be going in, but what's even more important, my left hand, this is my anchor hand, okay? I anchored it. My choking hand, my attacking hand, will slide under here. Don't go over, go under. It's sneakier and it gets the job done better. And I slide in the skin. I don't want to have to grab a lot of gi. So I'm like this, and notice I'm on my left hip. Now watch, when I slide this through, palm up, this is the gyaku version, the reverse palm up version. I slide through here, and now when I do this, see I've got a good solid grip here like this, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close my elbows down, and I'm going to roll to my right. And I'll be pulling him into me, and it will really choke him well. So just like this, and this is the tap. And that's the movement. So I'm pulling him to me. I'm not pushing away, I'm not pushing his face, I'm not flailing my elbows. Okay? So I start here like this, slide it through, and I swing in and catch it. And there's the choke. Now, the rest is the hand position. Okay? You may want to do palm down. Some people like that. Okay? That's more of the Nami Juji Jime. Both hands will be palm down, Nami Juji Jime. So like this, slide under, like that, catch him, the same thing. Try to keep your wrists straight. I didn't do it quite perfect like I wanted to, so I'm going to do this while my wrists as straight as I can, right up there. Some people, if you cannot get inside the lapel, you may even grab the gi up here. So when I start here, this I definitely want inside the lapel so I get good control. I may come up here and grab this gi, and I can snatch it to get a tap. Okay? Notice how I rolled in and pull them in like that. Now we did Gyaku, reverse, Nami, normal. Now we're going to do half and half. Totally your choice. Generally, it's been my experience, and I've choked a number of opponents with this in my career, and so have my athletes. I like the anchor hand to be palm up because I have better control. It looks like I'm curling weights. So like this, here I am like that controlling. Now this hand, I can go palm down. So kata, half and half, like this. So here, and finish the choke. So those are the three variations of the basic Juji Jime, cross choke. Nami, normal, Gyaku, palms up, and Kata, half and half. And that's basically it. Notice the body movement. And one more thing, I'm not flat. I'm not laying here flat trying this and trying to use lapels to choke it. If I am flat, if I do get stuck flat on my back, it's not a strong position whether I'm trying this choke or anything. I want to get up at least on my haunches, and a good way to do that is to anchor up. Posture up for me and get on my hips. Control now. Even if I don't do this choke, I'm in a better position than if I'm flat. And here I am like this, and I can sneak this in or catch it. Okay. Sometimes you'll turn them and roll them. There are other variations of this, but basically, if I can catch here. Now, and I swing into my elbow. Swing into my elbow, and I'll tighten up and choke it. So that's the Juji Jime series. And that's the basics of it. There are a lot of variations of this. But if you get a solid basis like this, and I might also, one more thing before we stop, I like to teach it from the bottom position, from the guard position. I get more leverage with it than if I'm on top. You can do this from a top position as well, but from the bottom it's a lot stronger and more effective, at least in my experience. So there we have the Nami, Gyaku, and Kata Juji Jime. So guys, okay, let's take this Juji Jime cross strangle action. Okay, now we're going to control him better with the use of the legs. And a lot of times I say you start your chokes or your strangles with your legs, believe it or not. You've got to use your legs to control your partner or your opponent's lower extremities or his body entirely. So in this case, Sandy is going to use her legs in a grapevine fashion with this Juji Jime series here. So she's going to go ahead and tie up. Now, notice you can see everybody look at her feet. Her feet are here. She's got what we call open guard. Her legs are open in the Newaza position, because eventually she's going to be. Go ahead and grapevine him just to show there how you grapevine. She's going to grapevine that way. See that? And that flattens Mike out. And by flattening him out, when she does that, she will pull him into the strangle. And she's particularly mean in it, and she's good at it. That's why I'm asking her to do it, because notice how she used her feet to lift his feet up and kick him out a little more. So watch, bam, see that? Great control action there. So that's something I'd like to see everybody do. Now let's look at that as she applies the strangle. She's going to do her Juji Jime. Now when she does this, one thing she's doing here that I want to point out, can everybody see this? Look at her right hand. She's lifting her wrist under Mike's chin just to lift it up. She's not trying to choke him with it. She's just lifting it up so she can get her other hand in. So it gives her, she's lifting his head to give more room. And when she does this, and then she'll go ahead and apply the standard lapel strangle from there and grapevine him out and catch it. Okay? All right. Don't go to sleep, Mike. Don't go to sleep. All right. So she's applying it. She's okay. She's got her now. Are your both hands palms up? Yeah. So she's got a Gyaku Juji Jime, reverse palms up fashion, and that works very well. I like that particular way myself. And she's got the legs grapevine. Now when she does this, she flattens them out and applies the strangle, and there we have it. Okay. So it really is effective, and you're controlling your opponent's lower body, and he's caught in a cross lapel strangle here. And he's stuck, and you've got him. You're the one who made him stuck. So we good? Okay, one more time, Sandy, because we like to see Mike get choked. There you go. Okay, and again, when in doubt, tap out. Don't try to be macho and tough this out, because you could go to sleep.
And even though you're leaning back to get the grapevine, don't go flat like this. Stay in that low position. And then when you drop them, you're still here. I'm not here. If I move here, I'll lose this. He gets too much space.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Can you do one more time, just to demo what you just talked about, what you explained? See how her shoulders are up off the tatami, off the mat?
Load into him, keep sucking him into me.
All right, let's give that a try. It's a great strangle. We'll finish it with that. What is we've got Derek on the bottom's kind of got a guard position. He's controlling Eric the top. He's going to sneak his right hand in there. That's the choking hand. Choking hand is palm up. And he gets it in there really deep around the neck there on that lapel. Okay, with the other hand, it's going to be palm down, just like that, and just like he's grabbing a baseball bat. You can see that, okay? Now, pretty basic way we practice here at Welcome Mat is that since Derek's hand, the right hand, is going to be the choking hand, he's decided that already by having it palm up. He's going to fake out Eric, and he's going to like give him a leg to pass. So he passes the guard, and he comes in, he swings in, and there, good. I didn't get a very good picture of it, but we'll do it again. I'll stay here, show you again here. So what happens is, he sets it up, he drops it. When Eric comes around, he swings under, and he passes, and he catches him. So that's the trap choke. A lot of you guys in the room tonight know it. Over here, you guys in the corner, you've been working on it tonight. And there you go, swing by, and you trap it. So it's kind of like his head's stuck in a nutcracker, and you just squeeze your arms together. Set him up, he doesn't feel your hands sneaking around him. He's got a full guard here like this, as you can see. And Eric doesn't know. He's head's on his chest, head's on Derek's chest, and Derek is just kind of there holding him in the full guard and not letting him up. But now he's starting to manipulate, put his hands where he wants them. So get your palm up, Derek. And yeah, there you go. And he doesn't really see that. But what happens now is Derek lets go of the full guard, and he says, oh my gosh, freedom, I'll come around. And a lot of times that does fake him out. So by pulling him down to your chest, he can't see what your hands are doing. So like that, but you're manipulating in there into the lapel as it is, and he swings around to the side, and you swing in there. What happens here, okay. See that? Palm up. Now, when Derek drops his leg, he pretty much lets the guy pass. Eric passed. Now look at the hand. See that? Okay, now he's going to swing his right arm in and catch it. There you go. And it's like you come on your left hip, you roll with your right hip up, and that catches it right there. Yeah, swing that elbow. Good point. Sandy's reminding me. When you swing the elbow, see, it swings right under the trachea. Let me stay there, guys. Just come up. Sorry, moving the head. See how that hit it? Now watch the elbow swing under. See that forearm? That's the action of the choke. And that is nasty. That's a very good choke. Because you're choking both the trachea, and that choke is also against the carotid. So it's really an effective choke. Okay? Do not roll them over you. Like, roll them over and let them off the hook, Derek. Like, you roll them over. Yeah, a lot of people think, well, if I roll them over and land on them, I'll get them. No, it's tighter when you're from the bottom in this case. So it really is a sneaky choke. And we're working. Now, what I like to do also, I don't like to stay flat on my back. I want to get on a hip, because if I'm on my back, I'm in trouble. Okay, I've just negated any type of mobility I might have, really, because this mat is just like a wall. It is a wall. I'm laying on it, okay, and that's not a good thing. And all his weight's on me, and I'm in trouble. So I got to remember that. So my body position is pretty essential here too. So when I start this strangle, I'm going to be on my right hip. I'm going to be turning this way to him, and as I turn this way to him, with my left hand, I'm going to grab right here, palm up, right here on the side of his neck, where the thumb could, if I brought the thumb back, it'd be right behind his ear, okay? All right, so there's my setup right there, okay? Now, what I want to do is, as I loop, I'm going to move my body around him. You'll see what I mean in a minute here. Now, if you can, some people like to grab their thumb inside this. I don't. I've never found it works for me. You can try it if you want. But what I'm going to do with my other hand, as I come around and loop over, I'm going to take my right hand here, and I'm going to grab up here some. I'm going to pull his head down and grab a tuft of jacket. Okay, so I've got this, and you get a handful of jacket right up here. If you can get the thumb in, great. It might work for you. Some people it really does. It doesn't for me. Okay, but I'm going to grab here, and this tuft of jacket. So I've got this palm down, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I loop him, my arm over his head, I'm going to shift my body a bit too. So I'm going to come over here and I'll loop this one. So I was here, wasn't I? Okay, and this was my start position, and I'm working here. Now he's not stupid. He knows something's on here. He's going to be fighting this. He knows here's the threat, okay? He doesn't know here's the threat. So here comes the other threat that's going to start working it. And as I do that, I'm going to loop around here and finish off this. Now when I do this, this is the choking hand here. Now my elbow is going to go straight down. So as I come here like this, elbow comes over, straight down. Don't push. You won't choke him. You won't strangle him. What I want to do from here, turn, get my hand, I'm going to pull here, get a handful of jacket. Now when I come over, loop over. Now look, watch this elbow. It goes straight down. Palm is this way, palm is this way, like this. And this, because here, what's that?
Tuck those elbows in.
Yeah, tuck those elbows in. Because here's the strangle action here. Here's where you're going to really catch this carotid here. Okay? So working here, and he knows it's coming. And he's fighting, and he knows it's happening. And now I'm going to move over. As I move over, loop over, catch it here, and there's the choke. You see, I'm still on my hip, but I've turned over to this side. Everybody see that? So my body shift is pretty important doing this application of this. Okay, one more time. So we're working here, and I might, if nothing else, I'm controlling it. I've got an anchor hand here. Okay, but I want to work it up here as best I can. Now I'm in a pretty good position. He knows something's up. He's going to be fighting, whatever. Now I'm going to start working here. See? Get a handful of jacket. And when I do this, I loop over. There. Now elbow straight down. See, like this. And what this does, this cinches it in. This really tightens it up on the carotid. And I've seen guys go to sleep with this choke, or the strangle. So it really does work. It's a pretty good move. I just call it the loop choke, but it's a variation of kata Juji Jime. And again, strangles and chokes should be sneaky because, I mean, they're the great equalizer. A smaller person can certainly defeat a much larger, heavier person. Like I always say, everybody's got a neck. No matter how big you are, everybody's got a neck, okay? And
some of the big guys, they choke out real
they choke out real easy. And these carotids, they regulate the blood, which carries oxygen to the brain. And you can make a guy pass out. So when you feel, you're the top person, when you feel the pressure tightening in, don't be a tough guy, because you might go to sleep, okay? Seriously. So when you feel that in, okay, all right, tap out. That's, when in doubt, tap out. Okay, everybody got that? You good at it? Let's give it a try.